This is the only part I don't like. All right, it's a little bit better. Back in biz. I don't know if you can tell, but this little path right here is crazy ass bumpy. So you gotta go super slow. Oh, fuck. It's actually been a while since I rode this bike. The Ozark Trail G.1 gravel bike. I've got a few other bikes that I generally have a preference for, so I tend to ride those. But I painted the fork black because I like that offset color. But yeah, haven't done much to it. Just swapped out the tires, put on some Panaracers, Gravel King Plus, running 38s, which on my calipers they measure out to 40. Oddly enough, I don't think that Panaracer makes 40s in this tire, so this might be their version of a 40. I'm a little high on pressure, but the last time that I came out here was with my brother. He was riding this one. I was riding my other gravel bike, and it was on this trail, and he ended up getting, oh shit, he ended up getting 2 snake bike punctures. So I'm trying to remember the pressure that he was running. I think he was probably right around 45. And anyway, so I wanted to air it up a little bit more. Granted, I could have gone less, but this also wasn't a planned ride either. I think I'm running at 65 right now, which is pretty high for this gravel. But and that's lit in a couple spots already, but we'll see. We'll see if I need to go down some more. So this, between last night and this morning, I was working on this bike. Replaced the tube. I'm just running regular butyl tubes. Nothing crazy. This is just kind of like my, I don't want to say my beater bike, but you know, it's a bike that I don't ride that often. Just, you know, just fun to have. But replace the tube, grease the fork, well, grease the headset and the fork, put everything back together. And it is crazy windy right now. And of course it's a headwind, because why not, right? But anyway, was working on the bike, and I hate, well, I shouldn't say hate, I don't like 2x drivetrains. And of course that's what this comes with, because this is a drop bar version. The flat bar now comes with a 1x, which is pretty nice. But anyway, like I said, this is not the bike that I really dump any money into. I mean, these tires I already had from another bike, so it just made sense to put these on. But I was like wanting to convert this into a 1x, but when you do that, you usually have to replace the bottom bracket for a shorter axle. And well, I don't know if y'all know this, but on a small of this Ozark Trail, it comes with 165 mil cranks, which is different. It's the only bike that I have that has 165. Everything else has a standard 170. But if I do replace the crank set, of course I'd have to make a decision if I want to replace it with a 165 again or a 170, which of course 170s are easier to come by. But anyway, what I did, at least for now, is I took off the front derailleur and removed the front derailleur cable. Makes it look a little bit clean. Don't have to worry about messing with that front shifter. So trying to remember, I think that the bigger chainring might be a 50, which is what I'm on right now. But of course, this is stock, so it has the, well, not super stock. I have replaced the freewheel already from the original one over to a Shimano Tourney, and it comes with the Mega Range. So, plus where I'm at right now, it's relatively flat anyway, so nothing crazy. Should be able to get by with a 1x7 with a 50 tooth up front. Actually starting to rain a little bit. It's not what I had planned. What I do have planned for this bike, however, is to use this one on the indoor trainer. Because like I said, I haven't really, I had it on the trainer when I first got it, but of course I put a couple hundred miles. But so yeah, I had it on the trainer for a few months, and I just abused this bike. I mean, I just, instead of degreasing and properly lubing the chain, just got on the trainer and rode. After so many miles, I would just add more lube without degreasing, so eventually it just caked up, and the chain was, of course, pretty nasty, and it was stiff. It became super stiff. It was not moving at the little pivot points where the rollers are. Getting some decent speed now that I don't have a headwind. But yeah, so eventually I just put the bike away, swapped out with another bike on the trainer, and just kind of left this one alone for several months. I might keep this 50 tooth up front. Pretty nice, can get some speed. I don't have any more gears in the back, but it's not bad. But anyway, after a while, I was like, you know what? I need to give the other bikes a break and get this one back in service. I can feel that back end getting a little soft on me. I need to take a look, actually. No, we're good. But yeah, so degreased it a few days ago, and then I lubed it the next day, which was yesterday actually. But I used some of my thinner lube just because I'm gonna degrease this chain again probably after today's ride, just to get it thoroughly clean. And then after that, I'm gonna put on the muck off dry lube. That's what I put on my other bikes. But Anyway, readjusted the brakes. Seems to be holding up pretty good. I've looked at the pads. I'm not 100% certain, but they almost look like they're metallic brake pads, which would probably explain why people complain about the pads squealing, which they are pretty loud. Now, on some of my other bikes that ran semi-metallic, they're pretty loud too. And I ended up replacing them with organics, which of course are quieter, but they don't have that aggressive of a bite. So, that was tight. But kind of depends on your riding style, really. Looks like I need to adjust or tighten up some of these hoods, or at least my right one. Now, it does come with flared bars, which I'm not crazy about, but I'm not gonna really spend much money on this bike. Thing is, I've got several bikes, and I don't think any of them are just left untouched. They all have something to them that I've modified or upgraded or whatever. So I lied. I think I might have replaced the stem on this one to something shorter. I'm pretty small. I'm 5'4". And of course, this is a small frame. I don't remember what size of stem this one originally came with. Probably either a 70 or a 90. I think we're hitting this part again where it's super rough. I'm actually wearing gloves today too. And if I ride in this part on the side, and I sink a little bit, it starts getting a little hanky-panky. Especially on these slicks. See if I can tighten up this drop or hood. Didn't feel like it had much play in it, but we'll see. Actually, your stock shifter on these are L2s or LTUs or whatever, and actually pretty nice. They're comfortable. So nice that I replaced it on my my other bike, my Mongoose. Yeah, replaced the stock micro shifters, and I also got the L2s on that bike, but this one doesn't seem to be tightening up that much more, so we'll see once we start getting gnarly. So like I said, running the pen erasers. I also replaced the derailleur. So I've actually done a few things. Oh, and I also replaced the chain. Got rid of the chain pretty much from the get-go. Can't remember what it came with, but replaced this with the micro shift. Super nice. Added a couple carbon water bottle cages. I think that's about it. I even kept the stock seat. Oh, almost lost it. Son of a bitch. Let's try it. There we go. Oh, bitch. Almost parked my own mud right there. Oh, it's raining again. All right, let's do this. Oh, forgot I don't have my cadence sensor on this bike. The pressure on this is actually not that bad with the gravel, unless you get into like the real chunky stuff. But I think maybe next time I might try it at around 55. I'll play with it. See how it feels. Ain't nobody here. Kind of nice. Peace.